Karen said she was the owner's wife at my parents' restaurant. Big mistake. Can you imagine the woman living in your home, supposedly dating your dad, turning out to be a master manipulator, lying about pregnancy to extort money? That's what I discovered. And the chaos that followed nearly shattered my adopted father, leaving me feeling like the villain, even though I was trying to expose the truth. I'm 20, a former foster kid. Joe, who's been like a real dad to me since I was 10, is the only family I've ever truly known. His wife passed away when I was 12, and for years, it was just us. Then, about 2 years ago, Joe started dating Sarah. For the first few months, she rarely came over, but 3 weeks ago, she lost her job and moved in. And that's when things got weird. Whenever Joe wasn't around, Sarah completely ignored me. Wouldn't look at me, wouldn't answer my questions. She'd blast TikToks while I was watching TV, or FaceTime friends, loudly trashing me, calling me lazy and a leech. It felt like she was trying to push me out, even though Joe gets paid by the government to support me until I finish university. The final straw came when she FaceTimed a friend while I was in the room and started talking about how she and Joe were trying for a baby and how excited they were because neither of them had children before. It felt like a slap in the face. Joe considers me his son. I knew she was lying. I hadn't told Joe any of this, not wanting to mess up his first real relationship since his wife died. But I couldn't let this slide. I decided to talk to Joe directly, face to face. When he got home, I asked him to talk privately. I explained how Sarah ignored me, trashed me to her friends. When I told him she claimed they were trying for a baby and that he didn't have any children, he looked really upset. He immediately called Sarah into the room. He asked her if what I said was true, and you could see from her body language, her stiff posture, her darting eyes, that she was lying. Joe firmly told her, "This is my house, not yours. While you're a guest here, you can't be disrespecting my son." Things got heated, but she eventually apologized, though through gritted teeth. She decided to stay at a friend's house that night. Joe was clearly shaken, and I felt guilty for causing a fight between them. About a month later, Joe and Sarah got back together. She even moved back in, and for a short while, she was being decent to me. But I had this nagging feeling it was all an act. Then, less than a week after moving back in, Sarah announced she was pregnant with Joe's baby. She dropped an ultimatum. Either I move out, or she'd break up with him, making it impossible for him to be involved with the baby. Joe, being the good man he is, told her I wasn't going anywhere. I was his family. He even kicked her out again. That's when things got crazier. Sarah started messaging Joe, saying she was going to get an abortion because she couldn't afford to be pregnant. Joe, torn, offered to send her money and even pay for her rent. But I stumbled upon her iMessage conversations with a friend, still linked to Joe's iPad. And there it was. She admitted she wasn't pregnant at all. She was just lying to get money from Joe, planning to drag him along for months before pretending to get an abortion. She even said she wanted to make Joe's life miserable because he kicked her out. I felt sick to my stomach. I took a screen recording of the entire chat, every message, every phone number. When I showed Joe, he was completely heartbroken. He stopped sending her money, but now he's unsure what to do. He's even considering reporting her to the police for fraud. I've never seen Joe this hurt, and I feel so guilty, knowing this is stressing him out. I'm still in shock over how horrible Sarah turned out to be. Even with everything that's happened before, I never thought she'd do something this low. Now we're just trying to figure out how to move forward from all of this.